Always Sunny in Sayreville League, and I can confirm, based strictly on Facebook activity, that Bobby Johnson is still alive. He was treated for severe burns and released, but still no official word from the Please Don't Watch My Beer Videos franchise as of yet. It's Thanksgiving weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed your holiday, and I hope that you had a sick day to burn to make it a full 4-day weekend. Injuries, there were a lot of injuries this week, a ton of injuries. AJ Green, hamstring, out for a while. Andrew Luck, concussion, out for at least week 12. CJ Procyse broke his shoulder blade, much like Dante Moncrief, so it looks like he's going to be out for, 5 weeks or at least thereabouts. As of now, Stephon Diggs probably out for Thursday. So I just gave you news for the future that's actually the past. How do you like that? Mark Ingram, Robert Woods, Darren Sproles, Ryan Matthews, all injured, left their games, status unknown or at least unclear for week 12. And oh, by the way, Zach Miller and Gio Bernard done for the season. Both of them placed on IR, so rest in peace, fellas. Speaking of rest in peace, at this point we know that all the 7 lost teams in the league are pretty much out of the playoffs, although they didn't all go down without a fight. Inside the bubble, the 6-4 Team Blumpkin, Gotham Rogues, and Devontae's Inferno all lost in Week 11, leaving the door wide open for 5-5 Toddler Fight Club and the Moth to make their move for a playoff spot. However, both Toddler Fight Club and the Moth lost their games, falling to 5-6 and doing themselves no favors with just 2 games left to play. Toddler Fight Club fell to a red-hot Rusty Strombone, 111.5 to 97. The Rusty Strombone was led by the Lions defense, who scored 24 points, which is just insult to injury, and Julian Edelman led Toddler Fight Club with 22.9 points. In his first game under his new name, Please Don't Watch My Beer Videos defeated the Moth 126.3 to 104.2. That also is insult to injury. Fat Rob led Please Don't Watch My Beer Videos with 33.7 points, and Le'Veon Bell scored 36.1 points in a losing effort. Alright guys, now it's time for this week's Hero and GOAT, but before we do that, it's week 11, which means it's time for a very special Thanksgiving edition of Odd Sundays. So let's kick it out to Seattle for a point of view that's just a tad askew.
How you like me now, Always Sunny in Sayreville? Last week, Kirk Cousins and the Redskins ran roughshod over the Green Bay Packers, and all Aaron Rodgers has to show for it is having sex with Olivia Munn. That poor bastard. And the most amazing play of the week, Doug Baldwin threw a touchdown pass to Russell Wilson, making him the best quarterback on the Browns. And finally, the Raiders are still good, winning a game over the Texans in Mexico City. Mexico, they like football the second most of any country besides the United States. So look forward to Jacksonville moving there in 2 years and becoming the Mexico City Banditos. That's all for this week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Alright, thanks Colin. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Alright guys, now it's time for this week's hero. It was a low-scoring week in the league, but the game of the week did not disappoint. The Golden Showers defeated Team Blumpkin 137.5 to 133.7. Now, coming into the game, as I noted last week, Team Blumpkin was the hottest team in the league, riding a 4-game win streak, and these two teams were very close in points scored. The Golden Showers has maintained the lead all year long, and Team Blumpkin was making a hard charge for the lead. David Johnson led the way for the Golden Showers with 37 points, and Steve Smith Sr. pitched in 23.9. On the other side, Aaron Rodgers did everything he could to bring Team Blumpkin from behind on Sunday night, but could only manage 31.3 points, and the Golden Showers escaped with a 3.8 point win, the second closest game of the week. With the win, the Golden Showers maintains a stranglehold on the number 2's division lead, and he increases his points lead ever so slightly with just 2 games left to play. And for that, the Golden Showers are this week's hero. Alright guys, now it's time for this week's GOAT. Except, since it's Thanksgiving, I figured instead of a goat, it should be a turkey. So now it's time for this week's turkey. Devontae's Inferno lost their game this week against the Dennis System by a score of 93.1 to 92. Normally, this type of a score would get a little more buzz, but last week we had that 70 to 70 something debacle. So, we soldier on. Devontae's Inferno's 92 points was the lowest score of the week. They didn't have anybody go over 18.7 points, and they lost a game to a team that scored a 0. And speaking of the other team, Devontae's Inferno just lost a key late season game in the thick of a playoff hunt to a 3-7 team by 1.1 points, the closest game of the week. And for that, Devontae's Inferno is this week's turkey. Alright guys, key matchups. We got 3 key matchups to take a look at this week. The first of which, it could have been the Crab Bowl Part 2, but fate had other plans. The 8-3 Bootleg Crab Leg takes on the 4-7 Please Don't Watch My Beer videos. The Bootleg Crab Leg is charging towards the number 1 overall seed in the playoffs, and Please Don't Watch My Beer videos is looking to complete the season sweep. He actually won the first meeting between these two teams in week 6. The next key matchup that we're going to take a look at has major playoff implications. That's the 7-4 Rusty Strombone taking on the 5-6 the Moth. The Rusty Strombone is riding a 3-game win streak, and the Moth is looking to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. The final matchup we have to take a look at is the 7-4 Golden Showers taking on the 6-5 Devontae's Inferno. This is a number 2's division battle with major playoff implications. Alright guys, that's it. Week 11 update over. Remember to set your lineups. Remember that it ain't over until it's over, but sometimes it's just over for different people at different times. And I will see you next week where it's always sunny.